Hello everyone, welcome. In this video I just wanted to go over my trading view and just my whole setup for trading price action, order flow, exocharts type of thing that I'm using at the moment. A few of the tools, maybe you gain something from this. And yeah, I won't waste anyone's time. Let's get into it straight away, and we'll start on TradingView, which is my go-to platform really for marking out levels, etc. For the day ahead. Again, very standard chart. I try to keep everything minimal. What I would recommend as well is keep everything organized in folders. I really try to use this as a maximum. Okay, so really just, if you're going to do anything, make sure it's all in folders organized. I can't stress that enough. Key level suite, again, this is a very basic indicator by Leviathan. We're working on Tropia together. This is out there and already released. You can just go find it. A key level suite, it marks out your previous day levels. Really good for identifying any previous day highs or lows for swing areas that you're interested in, where you are in relation to daily open. Like I always say, again, you'll probably pick up a few tips and tricks in this video. In relation to the key level suite, I always say to track from open, which is, what is market structure doing from the daily open? And I always use this just to identify that. I can easily say that, okay, the daily open started here. What are we doing from that point onwards throughout the day moving forward in relation to structure? Okay, and these are the settings I have for that, by the way. For anyone interested, you want to slowly scroll through and adjust that. Fairly standard. VWAP. Okay, very, very basic indicator. I don't use it too much, but I have it on the chart just in case. I just want to give it a look, nothing too extravagant. Nymphatia, I had this on my chart from Tom Dante. Everyone's familiar with Tom Dante on that stand. I don't use this at all, but I'll show you in a second what I used it for. The one thing I did use it for, I have this indicator again, private, not released yet, but it's just an indicator to show intrabar POCs that we'll be covering later on. I'll show you a way to get this within exocharts, and this is what I actually use the ATR for. I've created my own sessions ATR, so obviously this is based on a day-by-day basis. I've got this custom made to be shown on a session basis. What is the ATR of each individual session based on the X amount of period previous to it. And yeah, again, it works the exact same way as the previous, just on a per session basis, which is also customizable, I believe. Yeah, customizable as well to all these different settings. Maybe I'll release that as well soon. And then pivotal moments. This is these will all be linked below, the ones that are available. We'll be showing you where liquidity is, resting liquidity in the market. Again, I got this made, but it's already been out there. But I use it to identify where resting liquidity is, and I use this on the and forcing points. So if you check A's on the 3-3 at the moment, and it just really identifies where these key swings are to identify, for example, where people are going to get eagerly trapped in the market. I think yesterday I was going through a call with someone, and I was discussing, where people are likely to get trapped if we just rewind this to this point here. Okay, you can see that this marks out, for example, the key areas in which stops are going to, key areas where stops will be placed. So my thought process was, if price breaches this area here, people are going to be really baiting to get short. Why? Because there's a massive gap to the next really key pivot here. This is a big gap, and if it doesn't stop, then from this point onwards, it's going to be reaching the new low. So yeah, that's the pivotal moments. I've got another one which is just on one, and this is just for really, really shallow pivots. These aren't even pivots, but I just have this on here for, I won't dive into it as part of my strategy, but it's nothing too significant that you need to be aware of. That's pivotal moments. And then volume bars by Leviathan Trading Right. You can use whichever one you want. He's got a few different one of these, but volume bars, it's just the simplest one. High volume churn bars. These are my settings to identify where the churn bars are really good, I find as well. Extreme amount of volume, excess in volume, but little price movement. Really good for identifying kind of these pivot areas. So just fairly simple, but I don't use that to religiously. I'm not going to say, I see this and I want to get long. I never do that. My system involves a lot more processes than that. These are just on here for, reference when price approaches a specific level of my interest. What is happening there? If price gets to my level, then I see the churn bar or something. Does that play into my, that's part of the reaction I want to see. That's not the entire reaction. But yeah, I use that nonetheless. That's it really for TradingView. Again, if you for TradingView, by the way, I've got three different. This is kind of the setup I always use. Top one being the daily time frame. This is just a 15-minute or hourly, and the bottom one being like stocks or ES, whatever. But I'm mainly just on this one. Moving forward from this point here, a lot of people probably see this chart on my X account and wonder what this is. This is velo data. I'll come to this in a minute, because this is, I actually don't use this too much. Look at that. I actually don't use this too much. I mainly use these two setups. So this is my range chart. Maybe I'll do a whole separate video on this. You can check the whole free exocharts course down below. It's completely free, 100% free, nothing required at all for that. So just go and watch it. It's like an hour, might be 10 hours plus long, but yeah, get you to grips with exocharts. But this is really, really useful. Okay, we have, I'll dive into this template here because this is my main one primarily. Okay, and within this one, you can see just a few basics. I've tried to really minimize what I use down. From, obviously I actually do have this up sometimes on the range Y one, but not on this one. And you can see here, I've got the T sizes, so I can see where there's aggressive buying delta coming in, aggressive selling delta coming in. I've got the markers for each individual session part, especially for yesterday, it was fantastic. London put in the daily low. You saw this move up, aggressive delta, massive wick though, so you're expecting this to be at least partially filled, which it did, and then you get the move down. And you're using this to identify open interest increases, delta, and so on and so forth. But what's probably most important as to why I use EXO, obviously I'm part owner there and stuff, but alongside that side of things, if we just drag this down, you can see we've got aggregated data and tons of different customizable settings, in particular here for the aggregated data. So what we're looking at right now is obviously Bybit, but on top of this data, we actually have Binance information overload as well, merged into it. So it's two different exchanges, and you can have as many as you like. Okay, so Binance, if we added a pair, we can add in, I don't know, Coinbase Spot, whatever you wanted, you can add that in and view that alongside on top of it. So this is not just Bybit, this is Binance and Bybit Orderflow. Okay, and we're actually going to be looking to add Hyperliquid. Now, the way we want to do that obviously is, you'd have Hyperliquid set here, and then you could have Binance and Bybit Orderflow on top of that. So yeah, that would be really, really powerful. But right now I'm just using Bybit with Binance. Okay, so this is the current setup that I'm using. Okay, identifying, if I just show you primarily swings, using this template at least as well, really more like my scalping one, not scalping, but my execution one that I used to execute. So yeah, and then I've got the DOM, the default DOM I find really powerful. You can change to other values as well, but this is the setup I'm rocking. And then to finally wrap up here, I use velo data, which is kind of like a trading view alternative. I definitely wouldn't call it an EXO alternative, because you don't have, if there's no real footprint or anything like that, but you can see the open interest simple down here, delta, and liquidations at the top. So it's nothing too extravagant, but I use this again as one of the tools I'm using to sometimes check the data and stuff. But yeah, if I could recommend anything, obviously, I'm a big avid user of exocharts and tradingview. If you're interested in order flow, footprint, and TPO, which I always, you've probably seen all over this channel, then definitely go and check that free course. There's no strings attached. You literally go sign up. You get tons of free stuff. There's no reason not to do that. But alongside that, obviously on this template, I didn't mention that you've also got like these T sizes here, or these filtering. This thing is so customizable. I'll add this to the course as well later on, but it goes over. This is these orders on the right hand side here. So if anyone interested, going off the cuff here, kind of to some extent, I wasn't planning to talk about this, but you've got orders that are over a certain value. So any order over 5.1 million will come in on the sidebar, and I can filter a certain period, look back for that, and format that in a certain way. So I can tell you right now, for example, on the day or the session, for example, that this 8.7 million buys occurred up here on the day. Yeah, you can see that up here, and it occurred at this exact price level, right? Alongside all these other, that's not just this session one, but it occurred, across this. So that's telling you where there's absorption going on. And then there's tons of different ways of looking at it. If we just, if we set the session to CPR, session, data source, all sessions. No, let's set it to New York, because we're in New York now, so it'll just make it easy to show you this. Watch this. This will be able to tell us what's happened in New York over the last, I think I've set it to 2 days. Okay. And it will tell you where those big orders have filled within New York session the today. So today, this is where the big orders have been occurring within New York session and what's been going on in terms of market orders. So there's a 5.3 million sell here, 6.1 million sell, and these are individual orders, one single order, right? This minus 16 million isn't one order. It's comprised of, or delta wise at least, right? If we just actually put some volume, or bid ask, you could switch these up. That is, you've got a 6.1 million order in single clip being hit at this price level. That's why it's really good to be delving into stuff like this. If you're, especially if you're into what's going on one exchange and another, you can have multiple different data sources on multiple different feeds. It's really, really great on that front. And then you've also got it down here to be tracking where large orders are becoming trapped or absorption is occurring because there's an overload in delta, etc. But yeah, I won't ramble on too much about that. Hopefully you found it valuable just to understand my basic setup. Maybe I'll do one another time on different tools I'm using as well, but this is a fairly basic understanding of the tools I'm using. Obviously I'm using also TPO, again in exocharts, which again you can check the templates and stuff down below if you want to be interested. But yeah, there's nothing to pay for here on that front. If you want exo, I guess it's paid, but if you're having difficulties, then also don't hesitate to drop me a DM. We're happy to give out trial people to give the software a try if you want to give it a go. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.